I mean, for us that don't encounter gators much, they're intimidating, even though they're not dangerous. They're just to see a giant thing laying, they're like freaking dinosaurs. Do you love to travel?
Do you love road trips?
Do you love finding hidden gems and treasures in towns all over the USA? Hi, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to Treasures of Our Town. It's the podcast that explores the unique and charming towns scattered throughout the United States.
Guided by our love for location-based games like geocaching and Munzee. Join us as we venture to some of the country's most intriguing destinations, uncovering hidden gems and local secrets along the way.
On today's episode, Josh, you and I, we got together. We became the snowbirds to Florida. Well, you became the snowbird because you come from snow. I just went across from Alabama.
But wait. Florida. Didn't you guys get snow in Alabama while you were gone?
Not here.
Oh, no, they said you might, but it didn't happen. No, it didn't happen. So, and if Alabama did, it'd be up further north, not along the coastline, not near Foley or the Gulf Shores. So, yeah, not like last year. Last year they got some snow here in this time of year along the Gulf Shores. Snow on the beach. I've never seen that except for in New Jersey. Actually, snow on sand, so you can't see what's snow and what's sand. It's funny. It's funny. I'm quite used to snow on the sand, as we have a lot of shoreline here in Minnesota.
Oh, because
we have a lot of beaches on the lakes, and they are covered with snow right now.
I forgot you call that a beach.
we have more shoreline than almost any other state in the United States because of all the lakes.
It's the lakes shoreline. It's like saying that Canada has got more shoreline than what Australia does when Australia's girt by sea, because they count all the lakes and the inlets and all that sort of stuff because it kind of gets everywhere. So yeah, same sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, we got down to Florida, Josh, together with our good friend Tim, Minnesota boy, and Rob, the president of Munzee, joined us as well. So it was really cool.
Yes, it was like I just saw you because I just did see you yesterday. And we apologize to our faithful and loyal listeners. This is coming out a day late. But the reason it is because so we can talk about what we're about to talk about today as we talk about Florida in the winter. Boy, did we have an amazing time. And we're going to unpack it for you as we talk about the Fort Myers, Florida area, which we have never talked about on this podcast. We've talked about other Florida locations. Like the Space Coast and we've dabbled in Orlando. We've talked about Orlando, but we've never talked about the Fort Myers / Naples area.
Yeah, no, we even dabbled. Remember St. Augustine, Josh? We talked about St. Augustine there for a little bit when we did the geocache and the and the castle that's there as well. And we went to the what do you call it? The water, not holy water. What's it called? The Ute,
the Fountain
of Youth. That's the one. The Fountain of Youth. Yes.
Yeah. And we found it in the gift shop, remember? It had my name on it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to pay. We didn't want to pay to go actually see the Fountain of Youth.
No.
And actually, there was something on this trip that we went to that we didn't want to pay either. And we'll get to it. But it was a really cool location. We didn't need to pay for it to be cool.
You don't need to pay. Sometimes you don't need to pay to actually get that sort of experience either. That's that sort of thing too, which is really cool. But I will say, Josh, let's talk about our delays and our upgrades.
Cue the sound.
So yours, Josh, what was your upgrade?
It's so obvious. We don't talk about the weather on this podcast, but let me just tell you, when we got to Florida, it was a little on the chilly side as far as Floridian standards. Yeah. For us, it was just fine. It was a little blustery, a little windy. A lot of the Floridians were complaining.
Yeah.
But when we left, Craig, it was 80 degrees.
I know. And you can always tell when it's cold in Florida for Floridians because they're rugged up like they're in the snow. Like they got their puffer jackets on, they got their beanies, they got gloves, they got the earmuffs. They've even got earmuffs, Josh, in Florida when it's anything below 60. So poor Floridians.
So this whole weekend, a 4-day weekend, was my upgrade, and I'll just go right to my delay.
Yeah.
I got on the plane yesterday, Sunday, and I landed in Minneapolis, St. Paul Airport, and I called my Uber, and I walked outside for the first time, and Craig, the wind chill was 15 degrees below zero.
And that's Fahrenheit. That's
That's
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. So that is a 90-degree change.
Wow.
What a shocking change. And I'm used to the cold, but just going from 80 to negative 15.
Mhm.
Oh, that was a shocker. That was a rude awakening as I'm back home. So that's my delay. And I encountered that delay all day today because it's cold today.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, my upgrade then, I'm going to change my upgrade, Josh. I did have Florida as well as my upgrade, but I'm going to change it. It is related to that, but it's more related to travel. And that is, on the way back, I flew as well. I had to fly to Charlotte first, then back to Pensacola from Orlando. And I was with our good friend Rob, the president of Munzee. Now, Rob, he travels everywhere. He travels a lot, etc. He's got a lot of miles up his sleeve. He's like a high-end member of American Air. And it just so happened to be, he was going back home to London via Charlotte also on the same flight as me to Charlotte. So what that means is he has free access to the lounge.
Ooh.
So I got my upgrade is literally an upgrade because I went behind him and got into the lounge, the American Air lounge. It's nice.
Did you get some drinks?
We got some drinks, and Rob got some actual liquor. We're talking some rum and coke. I had a nice little beer. We had a nice meal, like a nice little meal with some, like it was a chicken meal with chicken and rice. It was actually very delicious. And then the desserts. Oh, Josh. We're talking brownies and cookies and frostings and all sorts, and sponge cakes and So we kind of loaded up a little bit on that as well. We worked it out. I said to Rob, if you were to pay airport prices for these items, and we're talking airport prices. In airport prices, if you don't know, you're looking probably about $10 per beer. So airport prices well over $60 or $75 for what we had. You know, for the two of us. So worth it.
It's really interesting, Craig, because we've never talked about travel credit cards or airline credit cards.
No,
I am a Delta Gold member, so that's the in between, and I paid $200 a year to do that, and I get a $200 travel credit through Delta Airlines after I spend a certain amount of money, and then I pay for everything on it. And I pay it off right away, so I don't have to pay any interest. And I'm getting miles for that.
Oh, of course.
But if I was to do the platinum, that is I think it's like $699.
So $700, yeah?
Yes, but it does get you access to the Delta Lounge.
Oh.
And I can totally see if you use it a lot.
Yeah.
If you're getting your food and all that stuff. I mean,
for free.
Airport food is expensive and it's more
really
comfortable. It's tempting, but $700 is hard to swallow.
It's hard. And look, I can understand the $200 one because you get $200 in credit. So it's paying for itself already just in the credit. You don't get $700 in credit, do you, for that as well at all?
No. You get other perks with the Delta Gold card. I get all my baggage checks are free.
Yep.
And also when I pay with miles, I get a 15% discount. So I get to use 15% less miles when I actually use the miles. So also, here's another perk, Delta Gold card. I do get a $100 credit once a year on any hotel that is connected to the card. So that's essentially one night's free hotel. So if you work it right, if you don't pay any interest, that's the key.
Yeah, that's the key.
If you don't pay the interest, then it's quite a deal. It's worth it to get at least for Delta. It's the middle. It's the gold card, not the silver. So
I might have to look into this, Josh, because I mean, I used to be a United fan, that sort of thing too. But at the moment now, I like American Air. I had a nice time, even though I was delayed. I missed my connection flight, but it was only an hour and a half until I got another flight from Charlotte back to Pensacola. So the last flight to Pensacola. So that was good. My downgrade though, Josh, let's talk about my downgrade. I looked into it after all this sort of stuff too. And I looked into all my travel this year. I don't look like I'm actually going to do too many megas this year, Josh. I'm doing obviously Bamarama because I'm in Alabama. Bamarama's a definite tick. That's a definite. But every other mega, every other one is, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, so we have GeoWoodstock in May.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. Have we officially been invited to have our podcast there or not?
Not
yet.
We have. Ryan has spoken to me privately and said, basically,
okay. Oh, that's news to me.
assumes that we're going to be there and do the podcast too. So, because he actually did say to me, he said, like, look, whatever you need in regards to audio, and recording and stuff too. And he said, we'll try and do it right this year. So he even said that. So I'm assuming that's an unofficial invite. To record at Geo stuff.
And then I have Moga in Iowa in March, so that's very close to me. I'll probably go to that. Sometimes go to West Bend.
That's close to you too.
In August, that's close to me as well. Yeah. So there I'll probably be at a few mega events. There's a new mega event in Oklahoma called Cache Run. I was just invited to this by a listener. Somebody emailed me and we talked about last time Cache More, which is going to be in Morgantown. So there are going to be mega events. It's really interesting, correct? There's after people started doing block parties last year, now they're like they want to keep the tradition going. And so it's interesting, we have a lot of new megas popping up. So it'll be interesting to see which ones, kind of stick after a bit here. But that is kind of a bummer. But let's be real, you did a lot of mega and
block party
travel. But one thing I do know that you're going to be doing a lot in 2026, and that is going to Munzee events. Oh my gosh, what a great segue.
I know, right? I know. Perfect segue. Munzee events, if you don't know what Munzee events are, they're very similar to a geocaching event, but slightly different. Less people. You don't need to have 500 or 300, 500 people for a mega event at a Munzee. It's only 50 people. There's less players involved. But there is more. I don't know, Josh, what do you think? Munzee event versus a Munzee mega versus a geocaching mega, which it's hard to compare the two.
Yeah, it's hard to compare. We've talked about it before. I think the big difference, a couple big differences that come right to mind. At the Munzee events, yes, it's social. And it's kind of a little family reunion because you see a lot of this similar players from place to place because those big players, the people high on the leaderboard.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way they stay higher in the leaderboard as they go to these big events. And I'll talk about at the very end how many points I got through the weekend, which was really exciting. But a big part of it too is playing the game. You actually play the game while you socialize. There are a lot of geocaching events. It's mostly the actual geocaching events are social. Of course, there's geocaching around them. Yeah. But the different thing, I think the biggest difference is that you're actually playing the game as you're at the event, which is a lot of fun and an opportunity to get a lot of points and a lot of bonuses and all that stuff. So it was a great time.
Exactly.
We celebrated. We had a lot to celebrate. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely.
We have I'll preview. We have a brand new number 1 player in the world. And before we continue any further, I think, we'll put this on the Munzee water cooler. If you're a new Munzee player and you're a new listener, welcome. We're going to talk a lot of Munzee, but a lot of travel too, because we did some really cool things.
Absolutely, we did. And a big congratulations to the brand new number 1 player, which we'll get to very soon. Meanwhile, Josh, let's start from the start and we go through day by day. What do you think? I like that.
Start at the very beginning. Very good place to start.
My very beginning could have been my downgrade, Josh, and that is I left my my iPad, because I normally download all my movies and TV shows on my iPad, and then I take my iPad on the plane, and it's really I left my iPad behind, unfortunately, and I didn't have it with me. So, have you heard of the term raw dogging it on a plane?
Yes,
we've talked about it before. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is the downgrade. Is that I hadn't flown American Air before, so the first 2 flights from Pensacola to Charlotte, then Charlotte to Orlando, I raw dogged those 2 flights. I didn't have internet access. I didn't whatever, and I say it's a downgrade because I've never flown American Air. And guess what, Josh?
No screen.
I didn't have to raw dog. Yeah, they don't have any screens on the back. I didn't have to raw dog it because on the way back, I learnt from Rob as well that every flight has a free Wi-Fi, not to the internet. The free Wi-Fi is to their own entertainment system and entertainment screens. And so I then watched a great movie on the next 2 flights on the way back. on my phone with my earpods in rather than having to worry about. So I didn't have to raw dog it. I just did because
but
I didn't
you did
know
on the way there, and you didn't know any better.
I didn't know any better.
Yeah, I flew Sun Country. Same thing. They have an entertainment suite that you can watch through your phone and through their Wi-Fi. So I usually have one or two airlines that I fly from to Florida, and that is either Delta or Sun Country, which Sun Country soon to be Allegiant. They acquired them, so we're gonna be losing Sun Country. They're gonna become Allegiant anyway. Sun Country is the budget airline, doesn't have the screens like Delta does. So I actually read a book. I read a whole book, 300 pages. Craig, aren't you proud of me?
Wow,
I know.
Wow. I am proud of you, Josh. That's a rare thing these days. What was the book? It wasn't. Please tell me it wasn't a children's book or a picture book. No.
300 pages.
300 pages of pictures. Yeah.
It was actually. This was smart of me too. It was actually a book I had to read for work for a new program. Yeah. A new program that I'm developing. As you know, I work for a company. We talk about character traits. So we are developing a perseverance program for kids to push through when times are hard. Yeah. And so the book that I read was a book called Grit. Highly recommend Grit.
Grit. Yeah.
Having grit, getting through even when life is hard. This idea of not quitting, keep on going. Yeah. And it's nonfiction. It was great. Highly recommended. Recommend book. And I read 150 pages on the way there, 150 back. And I was so smart, Craig, because then I only had to take a half day off of work for the first day because I was technically working.
You were technically working by reading a book. Very good.
Yeah,
very
I had to read it.
Very cool, very cool. Mate, I flew into Orlando and Rob picked me up and then we drove straight to the first event. What did you do when you flew in, mate?
Yeah, I had the luxury of flying right into Fort Myers.
Wow.
Which is where we were. So that was nice. Sun Country has a direct route from Minneapolis to Fort Myers.
Oh, no.
Do you know why? This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because the Minnesota Twins, that's where their spring training is.
Oh, really? Wow.
Smart. So a lot of Minnesotans go into Fort Myers in the spring because of the Minnesota Twins. So I got lucky. I didn't have to do any transferring, which is always nice.
That trust me when it comes to transfers.
Yes, no kidding.
That is nice. Sometimes personally, I had a 25-minute layover where I had to land, get off the plane, run, and when I was running, it was already boarding had already began at my next flight too.
Oh boy,
I know what you mean about no layovers. I like that.
Yeah, really prefer it if you don't have to have a layover.
So what did you do when you landed then, Josh? Because you landed well before me.
Yeah, so Minnesota boy picked me up because he was up north. He was up in the Tampa area visiting family, and it was so convenient. I was willing to wait for you guys to pick me up because you guys had a 3-hour drive, but he picked me up right away. He was raring to go. We went to Culver's, and then we beelined it south to the Everglades, like south. Yeah. It took an hour and a half to get down there because we went to visit the oldest geocache in Florida.
Oh. Do you have the GC code for that, Josh?
Of course I do. It's very short. GC thaw.
What? Don't swear on this these episodes.
GC
FA. GC Golf
fa,
Charlie
la, la,
Foxtrot Alpha.
And I was joking. It's fa la 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 because the cache is called Christmas Cache because it was hidden. It was hidden December 25th, the year 2000.
Also, actually, on Christmas Day in the year 2000, it was
Christmas Day.
Wow.
It's called Christmas. And it was a cool location. It was in a state park. And this state park, Craig, so I did a little research before I wanted to go to the cache page. Sometimes I like to look at the pictures so I know what I'm getting into, especially when you're in a place that you're not familiar where there's potentially dangerous things. And oh my gosh, Craig, I look at the cache page the week before. Several photos of gigantic gators on the hike to the cache.
Gators don't hurt you, Josh. They're scared of
but
humans.
They're big.
If you've got Goliath with you, I'd be scared.
Yeah, no kidding.
But Goliath, they do like little dogs. Gators like little dogs, but they don't really like humans. So you're safe with being a human.
but I mean, for us that don't encounter gators much. They're intimidating, even though they're not dangerous. They're just like, just to see a giant thing laying, they're like freaking dinosaurs.
They are actually dinosaurs, Josh.
I know, it's wild. So it was actually a really cool hike. It was actually a 3-mile hike round trip. So it wasn't a park and grab by any means. It took us a good while, and it was so cool because the day before there was a controlled burn in the park. So a lot of times there was like the smoke slightly rising from the ground, and it kind of, with the gators, and it kind of looked like Jurassic Park.
Yes. So you didn't see any gators though yourself, did you?
No.
Okay.
I was kind of bummed, but I think it had to do with the fact that they did the controlled burn. I think
That's true. Yeah, they would have been not like that at all. So,
and as you know, that day was also a little chilly, so I think they were hibernating.
Hibernating under the water, keeping
under the
warm.
water.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure.
That's right.
But we hiked out there. We got it. It was a great time. There will be a video of it.
Oh,
will be on my YouTube channel. I did a full video, not just
full video, not just a shorts. So full length video.
Get to see it
in landscape mode.
Yes, the old school way, the way that like
nobody
a percentage of people watch compared to other ways.
Yeah, I know. It's just the way. It's the way it is.
It's just the way it is. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And then we went back to Fort Myers.
At the event. Yeah.
Yes, we met back to Fort Myers
at the event. Yeah.
And we went to the Thursday Munzee event. It was colder, but the cool thing about this place was I've visited Fort Myers a couple times for work, but I've never been in this like commercial downtown district. I don't know if it was downtown, but there were so many good restaurants.
So many.
And it was really pretty because it was on the water. Like there was this bay. It was right on this bay. And it was just, it was a really beautiful, but really nice. Like it was really nice. It was like classy.
Nice.
Would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, absolutely. Very nice. And very, I would say, authentic in regards to some of the, authentic and themed well. So each of those restaurants themselves had their own theming. Now, the first one we went to was Los Cabos Cantina Tequila Bar. And we went in there because, Josh, as people so if people are listening for a while, they kind of know our eating habits when we get together. We've got to have a Mexican. What else do we have?
Yes.
We have a pizza sort of place, like Italian sort of
pizza.
style. Pizza. And then we have maybe like for lunch we have like a chicken fingers sort of style, like something chicken and something easy, something quick and nice. All this too. We don't really have breakfast though, Josh. You have yourself. I have a coffee, or we have Dunkin' Donuts. I get a round of donuts for us as well. That's pretty much what we have. Yeah. So the first night there, we had the Mexican. It was delicious. It was good. But the best part about it, Josh, what was the best part about it? Was the margarita flights. All of us had a flight of margaritas.
Yes. And there were two different kinds of flights. There was the specialty flight, and then there was the basic flight.
and Tim got the basic one because he is basic. And if you ask him, that's what he is. He's proud. He's proud to be
He's proud he's basic.
He very much is. He's probably laughing right now listening to this.
Yeah, you think about being basic, you can never be disappointed because you're just you're not taking a big risk.
No, that's right. You're like
he's playing. He's a guy that plays it safe.
He does, and he's like, I like this flavor. No matter what, I don't have to try something brand new and just risk not liking that particular flavor. Now ours, Josh, that was separate again. We don't take the basic route. We go the extra special route as well. One of ours, like we had like a pineapple and coconut. It was, with the margaritas, most of them come with salt rimmed. Well, this one came with a coconut rim on that particular one. Another one had a salt rim, like a traditional style. Another one had like a sugar rim as well, like a sweet sugar rim too. So we had a bit more of the specialty one, and we tried out all the 4 different flavors from a flight. Now, we used to normally having a beer flight. And so when you have a margarita flight, basically, they are smaller, obviously much smaller margaritas than you have just normal margarita. So I personally think, Josh, you have 4 of these flights, margarita flights, and it's the same as having 1 margarita. What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Almost.
Compared to beer flights, though, depending on the beer, I think the alcohol content is maybe higher because the tequila probably has a higher alcohol content.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. But yes, probably, I would agree. having that big. The mediums are usually like the size of your head.
The mediums are like a fishbowl.
Yeah, mediums are the size of your head, and then large is like two of your head. Yeah, exactly.
So you go from a fishbowl to a Home Depot bucket.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your food at Los Cabos Cantina?
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed my food there as well. I'm very much a slow eater when it comes to food. So if you see Josh, myself, Rob, Tim, we're there, you'll find that Rob, Tim mostly, Tim finishes first, Rob and Josh then finish second, equal second, and then I'm always bringing up the rear last. So
slow eater, fast drinker, though.
Well, I'm a thirsty guy. I'll say that. But also, Josh, I've trained myself to eat slower because my doctor said I need to eat slower so I can actually feel when I am full because, I put on weight very easily. So, if I was to eat like you guys, oh, man, I'd be the size of a barn. But anyway. But we finished our little dinner there and we headed off to the Airbnb.
Yeah, we got to talk about our Airbnb. We've stayed in some good ones. We've had shows we've had some shows, and this was, I wouldn't say this was bad. It wasn't horrible.
No. It had a hairdryer, so it wasn't horrible.
A brand new hairdryer.
There you go.
Not just any. Let's just say with this Airbnb on paper, it looked like, oh wow, this place is nice. Like on paper, right?
Yeah.
The pictures, the size of it.
Yeah.
It looked kind of like, it looked pretty classy, and it was on like a little Fort Myers Cape. It was actually in Cape Coral, which is another community like across the bay. And in Cape Coral, there's all these like little channels, like throughout the residential, canals throughout the residential districts. And like we had a kayak, we didn't use it, but like you can go throughout Cape Coral, like through a lot of the residential area through these canals, which is kind of a cool. I don't know. It's kind of a cool little thing. But this one, gosh, it's like on paper it was nice, but there were so many things that you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It was first and foremost, it was big, but to the point it might have been too big. Like
a lot of hard surfaces.
Yeah. You walk in the front door and you're like, hello. Josh.
I'm the luckiest man on the planet.
4 bedrooms, so it was a good size. So I had 1 bedroom for all 4 of us, even though, Josh, you had 2 twins in your room.
I had the children's room this time.
That's right. So that's where you went.
Not complaining.
3 bathrooms themselves. But again, because this place was so big and so large, and it's in Florida, so the piping, for instance, doesn't run underground like it does in Minnesota for freezing purposes, so it runs up through the roof, etc. It took over 10 minutes, Josh, before the water came through hot in the showers on the other side. So
this place needed this place just needed maintenance.
It did.
It could be a really nice place. But it's just like it hasn't been completely cared for. And this is the best way to describe it. It feels like somebody's grandparents or parents had died and somebody inherited the place and said, I don't want to live there.
No.
We need to do something with it because it's kind of nice. So we're going to make it an Airbnb, but we're not going to try very hard.
No. No,
that's the best way to describe it.
And we're going to empty it out of all like Nonna's things, so there's nothing left of hers in there whatsoever. Oh, by the way, we need to put a couch in there. There's 2 lounge rooms, so we're going to divide the couch in half and put one half in the one lounge room, the other half in the other lounge room.
Oh.
So people can't sit around a table talking at all. The outside area, really nice, beautiful, like closed-in outdoor area.
Porch, nice closed-in porch,
but no hot tub, for instance. No, not even a gas, like one of those little gas fires or something. You can sit around and have nothing at all around there too. So.
I didn't have any sheets on my bed.
Yeah, I didn't have any blankets.
I scrounged up a couple of like throw blankets. We left just a bag of chips out one night, and it was the next morning covered in ants. That's right. So things like that. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. It wasn't. I'm grateful.
Yes.
We had a place to stay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when the place is really cool, like we've stayed in a place where there's art when we were in Pittsburgh, there was an arcade in the basement.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We've had hot tubs. And so when the place is nicer, you typically want to spend more time there.
Yeah.
This was a place to mainly sleep.
We didn't really want to go back and actually, drink some beers, put our feet up and chat.
Well, we had to last night because we had so much left over.
We did because we didn't we would have done it though further on. We would have done it probably 2 nights in a row had there been that little gas little stove thing, like gas.
Yeah. And we were tired too. Gosh, when we got back, we were pushed.
I know. I was in bed early each night, but anyway.
Yeah. So that's only Thursday. So that's Thursday. Now it's Friday morning. Oh, by the way, you were on a podcast at really late that night.
That's right. Thursday night. The Caching in the Northwest podcast with Rob, and it was all about Munzee as well. So we spoke to them all about Munzee, and it was like Land Monkey and Wits End and Caching in the Northwest. Was it Chris of the Northwest? They're old school Munzee players and haven't played for a long time, and so they were very inquisitive as to what changes have Munzee made in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, and they were all like quietly surprised with it too, which is good.
Yeah,
so
they were really curious.
It was a good show.
Yeah, they were really positive about what Munzee was doing.
I don't think you lasted through it all, Josh. I think
I was tired. I fell asleep. It was funny. You were in the room recording, and I was watching it on my phone, and I crashed.
Yeah, I know.
So
but
what the people? Day, the people need to know. This is for you, Rob and Tim. This is and kind of me by proxy a little bit. This is a business trip. So Friday morning, you guys were doing a lot of business.
Yes, a lot of business in the morning. Absolutely.
A lot of Munzee business.
That's
got to keep this gotta keep this game moving and shaking and doing all the things. So you guys
doing all the things.
I know. I was just kind of chilling, and you guys were talking shop for quite some time. You were learning some new stuff, which was cool. And then what did I do? I came into that. I was like, "Hey guys, I kind of pride myself on these trips because we didn't have a plan because the Munzee event wasn't until 4 p.m.
Yeah,
I was like, you guys, we pretty much have all day. We're in a new place, and so I went to my old friend ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Again, it did not disappoint either. Yeah.
And we discovered, I said, hey guys, I discovered that the Thomas Edison and Henry Ford summer home is in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks kind of interesting. And ChatGPT, it was the very first recommended thing to do. Like, what should I do? Is there anything to do? I always ask, what's there to do? There's a lot of kayaking. Like, there's a lot of kayaking in Fort Myers of like kayaks that have the clear bottoms where people can go into areas where they can see manatees.
Yes.
Like that would be really cool if we had more time.
Yeah.
So that was another thing, but this was kind of a cool spot. And then of course I looked on the map and there was an adventure lab there. And there was also a geocaching virtual there. So I was like, oh, it's gotta be, interesting because it's taking, there's actually a real virtual there. So we went and it was holy cow. Like when I think of Thomas Edison, you think long ago, you're like, oh, he's just he invented some stuff and it's the olden days. So he probably lived in a shack.
Yeah.
No. This guy, Henry Ford and Thomas Edison, I think they had some cash.
Well, I didn't realize, Josh, but that Edison himself, he had a patent pending every single year through the government for over 60 years. Over 60 years of his life, every single year he had a patent pending through the government. So he didn't just invent one thing. That's right.
No.
So many things.
Invented a lot of stuff in probably a time where things are starting to be needed to be invented. Because we're going from like, Little House in the Prairie times to like, I don't know, the modern age. And I mean, Henry Ford, the car. I mean, so this is their summer home, and it was it was like a whole grounds.
Yes.
It was amazing. So it was $20 to actually go to the house. Did we do that?
No.
We tried to get in.
Could we? You
tried to sneak in.
You did, and I stood back because I'm thinking that we're not going to get in here. And then Josh plays it the way Josh does, and like, oh, sorry, I didn't even know. Thank you very much. Where can I get the tickets from? And he points you, and you sort of nonchalantly walk over, look back. He's not looking anymore, and then you walk away. That's what you do. But Josh, what surprised me in that is I have been to Thomas Edison's original home in New Jersey. It's really cool. It's got a big light bulb thing out the front as well. It's got his laboratories there as well. But he did the same thing. He moved basically everything there is in his summer home as well. So he had laboratories on grounds as well. But
Neat.
What I love the most was, and this is free to walk around this particular area, and that is Edison and Ford themselves. They loved, different, plant life and the botany of the world.
Yes.
So they have so many trees that don't exist anywhere in the US except for there, that they imported and then, curated and have them all there throughout the lawn. So it was actually
that is pretty amazing. That was a long time ago, and there's all these. You walk through this, it's almost like a tree garden, and there's like, this tree is from South Africa, and this one's from Brazil, and so that was really cool. And then the Adventure Lab kind of led us through that whole area.
It did.
It was really cool because nobody was in that area. Like nobody. This is what this podcast is about. Nobody knew that all that existed for free.
For free.
Because the Adventure Lab, and let's just say like that's when the Adventure Labs are good, Craig.
Yes. Yeah,
it actually brought us somewhere that the most of the tourists, and it was a touristy place, let's be real. There were a lot of people there. But most people were buying their $20 ticket and looking at a house.
That's right.
We saw some stuff that nobody else was looking at for free.
We saw the laboratories, we saw the grounds, we saw all that sort of stuff. And we saw the house from a distance. We just didn't walk through and into the house. You think about it, Josh, you pull in normally into the parking lot and you look and that's right. You go straight to the ticket booth, you buy $20, you go walk across the road and look through the house. And you would have missed that whole thing that we saw, as you said, for free. I'll tell you now, they do have a nice little gift shop there too. So
they did.
Really cool. Yeah, that was really cool.
I think the coolest part though, Craig, was the virtual is GC88Z3M. What's M for? What's
Mike.
M in
Mike?
Okay. GC88Z3 Mike. And it's a statue of Thomas Edison amongst these beautiful, huge banyan trees. We don't have banyan trees in Minnesota. So this was really
that was really cool for
and
you.
I think they're fairly rare. I mean, I've seen other banyan trees in Florida, but I mean, these were humongous. And it was just really scenic. It was just a really cool spot. You're going to get to see it when I put out some of my short form content from the weekend because it was a really, really neat spot. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I think so as well. And and the virtual was really cool. As you said, the adventure levels were cool. And of course, it can't go past. We were there for Munzee, Josh. So there was Munzees in and around the area. And of course, then Josh, yourself, and Rob had to add your little piece, add your little Munzee piece to the area to bring more people to show them the free locations and the free areas around the Edison and Ford summer home.
Yeah, I'm guessing you could play all the games there. Munzee.
Oh yeah,
geocaching, Adventure Lab, and I bet Pokemon Go.
Go as well. I don't have that app, so I don't play it. It drains my battery way too much. But no, that was really cool. And then what was even cooler is that we went back into that town itself in Fort Myers, into the downtown area.
Yes.
And you, Josh, you found the Ford Grill, Henry Ford Grill.
Yes.
Awesome themed restaurant.
Yeah,
When you look at it, you know it's a cool restaurant. When out the front, you normally see like a menu board. There was a menu board, but the menu board was on top of an engine, a car engine. You go in the restaurant, and the handles are gas pump handles, like to get into the door. Like that's when you know you're at a cool place.
Yeah, the sinks in the bathroom were tires. Inside of tires.
That's right.
I think the coolest thing was there was a Model T above the grill.
Yes.
I'm sorry, above the bar.
Yeah, above the bar.
That was cool. I had a great burger. The food was good. It wasn't just sometimes in these places it's a little you feel like it's gimmicky.
Yeah.
The real thing is the ambiance. The food was actually pretty good. We sat. It was a beautiful day. We sat out right on the sidewalk.
Yeah, on the footpath. And you guys had burgers. I'd been craving, Josh. I've been craving actual good fish and chips for a long time. And I looked on the menu and it said beer battered fish and chips. I went, that has got my name written all over it. And they were good. Beer batter is next level. I'm not a crumb fan. But beer batter, Josh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now my one regret, my one food regret.
Oh,
we were right off the Gulf. We could have went to a restaurant on the Gulf and got some shrimp right from the Gulf. We could have got some good seafood.
Yeah,
but we know why that didn't happen.
Minnesota boy. He doesn't like seafood at all. No. Not one little skerrick of it. The only seafood he likes is actually when he sees food.
Yep.
That's about it. So he's laughing right now as he's listening to this too. So no, that was really cool. The Ford Grill, awesome themed restaurant, great food, quite good prices as well, and some nice beers as well. We had a nice beer too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we went to a Munzee event at 4:00
in the afternoon.
The day's not over. Oh, oh my gosh, this day is a great day. There's so much more on Friday.
Oh yeah.
So one Munzee event. This was at a little bit towards. It wasn't quite towards the Gulf Coast, but we were getting close. This was the closest we got.
Yeah.
And it was this part. It was this area, and around this area, you could tell that there were just a smattering of houses. There were some houses that had just been built. You get to this park. And I'm like, oh my gosh, was this park just built yesterday?
Yeah.
Like the concrete looked like they just poured it. It was the whitest concrete. Yeah, but it was the whitest, nicest concrete.
Yeah.
And coolest path. Now, if you go to Munzee events, really cool. Like I said, you play the game, and there's always it's a virtual game. Of course, you get a lot of virtual Munzees, but it's also a physical game. My favorite part of a Munzee event is doing the walk. I love doing the walk.
Doing the walk.
I like to call it the cake walk.
The cake walk, yeah.
Because you get every Munzee you get this piece of virtual cake in your account, and you get to spend that cake on putting more Munzees out in the world.
That's right.
So this walk was around this man-made lake, and it took you up. You didn't get to do it because you were socializing and doing your job. Good job. And it took me up on top of this hill. I got great video. I showed you the video.
Yeah.
And there was a dam. We were on top of a dam.
Yeah.
And once I got up there, it was just a beautiful view of this man-made park that apparently there's gators in. We didn't see any because
of course, if it's a waterway in Florida, there's gators in it. Just say that.
I was asking where are the gators, and they said it's under the water, like they're hibernate under the water because they're staying warm down there.
One thing I love too, Josh, and this is the afternoon event, and then of course it's an evening, and so the sun is going down, and as the sun's setting, the sun sets over the Gulf sort of area because that's where you are. You're on that side of Florida. You're on the west side of Florida too. And as the sun was setting, Josh, this lake, this dam was absolutely crystal clear and still. If you have a look at the water was like glass. And so we got a couple of good photos, a couple of good shots.
Wow.
I looked at you and I said, yep, stand there doing your yes chant. And you stood there, and I took a couple of photos of you doing your yes chant thing too. It looks really, really cool. And so for me, I was like, oh, you know how you look at a good sunset and you exhale. Everyone does it. It's just one of those things. I think it's beautiful. But great, beautiful park, great location, new estate there in very scenic location too. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a great pick for a park for several reasons. And if you go to my Instagram at geocaching vlogger, you'll see this. It was probably the best sunset pick I've ever had taken to myself, and I give you full credit for it. Although I didn't give you credit on the post, I should have.
That's all right.
But it's really I got a lot of good feedback on that photo. It was gorgeous.
I posted just a basic one of the mostly more about the lake, no one else in it. On my photography page, which is See My Shelf Photography on Instagram.
There you go. And then there was something very special that happened that day.
Oh, that day it happened.
Do you see it?
She walked in. This lovely, lovely lady who is known really well to all of us and every Munzee player in the world. Her name is Coalcracker7. That's her Munzee name. She walked in because she became the number one player in the world on that day.
She's the queen of Munzee.
Queen of Munzee.
da, 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 da. Wait, that's the graduation song.
I was going to say, what the song is that? She didn't graduate.
Trying to think of the Queen. What's the Queen song? I'm trying to think of it.
Know. The only Queen song I know is Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Maybe you need to put
the
Queen song. Maybe you need to edit it in.
Oh wow, more work for me.
Sorry,
you for that, Josh.
Yeah, this podcast is already late, but big congratulations to Coldcracker 7, who is now the number 1 player in Munzee. And let's give a shout out to the previous number 1 player, Bob Whalen. Now second, but he was the Munzee King for 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we talk about Munzee King, Munzee Queen, we're talking about overall leader, not the leaderboard for one day. We're talking about the overall number 1 player of all time in the world. They have the most points on their account. It'd be like saying, you're the number 1 geocacher because you've got, 535,000 finds. You know what I mean? Like the number 1 finder. These are the number 1s we're talking about here. So the big. And
the cool thing about Munzee is that you can verify. It's clear. It's cut. Yeah. It's clear cut. Yeah. There's a leaderboard. It's there. There's no question. There's nobody helping her.
Nope.
There's no cheat. Munzee has systems in which you can't. People, if they do cheat, they're gonna get shut down
straight away.
So this is like legit. We're like in geocaching, people can have group accounts and stuff like that. So this is really clear cut.
And you log your finds, and sometimes you're not actually finding stuff. And even
sometimes
like me,
when you're on the ET highway, you find 400 out of 4,000.
4,000. Because you're in a group with it.
In quotes.
In group. That's right. No, but no, big shout out, big congratulations to Coldcracker. We had Coldcracker 7 there, now number 1 Munzee player in the world. We had Whelan there too, number 2 player in the world. We also had Munzee Prof, who is number 3 player in the world. So we had 1, 2, and 3 at the same events in Florida too.
Well,
and I
let's
will
just
say that they do need to travel to get their points, and so that's what Bob Whelan, he came down from Minnesota for it too. So
and the thing is too is that there's other, there are other top players that are there as well. I'm just like looking at there's Q22, Q17.
That's right.
Who's currently number 8 in the world.
Yeah, she's right.
Brenda from California. I want to give a shout out to Brenda because Brenda told me at the Munzee event, she said she loves listening to Treasures of Our Town.
Yes, she does.
So thank you so much, Brenda.
I know.
We hope to see you in a few weeks in California because they have another event coming up, Munzee Madness. In California, which March, a great time to visit. So if you're listening, we have another player, XP2 number 11 was there. He was there. Eagle Dad and Xenia number 12. So if you want to be a major player, you got to get to these big events.
Because you do rack up big points at these big events.
And I'll tell you how many I got at the end of the podcast.
Stay tuned. Which shouldn't be too much longer because we're almost there. But when it comes to Munzee players, if you're not a Munzee player, you're not understanding. But you can actually obtain points from other people around the world because if there was a big event in Australia and we weren't there, I can actually place virtual Munzees there and get points when they're being captured, and then they get points for capturing them as well. You see, so it's a two-way street with Munzee. Plus, you can actually deploy virtual Munzees anywhere in the world. Josh, there's even Munzees inside Area 51. They don't have any caps on them, not from humans, but there are Munzees inside Area 51, for instance. So things like that. So there you go.
We got to keep moving.
We got
a lot to talk about yet.
13 minutes. Let's go.
Then after the Munzee event, we went to a brewery because we like to do our breweries. We like to log our untapped. So we went to a brewery over in the Fort Myers commercial downtown area again, or just right outside, called Swamp Cat Brewing. What a great name. Swamp Cat Brewing.
I like this brewery. I thought it was a nice.
It was busy.
Brewery. Yeah,
it was busy. It was popular.
Yeah. I actually had a sour at this one too, Josh. I didn't actually have my usual IPAs. So that was unusual. But one thing happened that was more unusual at the next brewery that we hit. Do you want to mention that now or later on?
But I want to say one thing about Swamp Cat.
Yeah.
And I want to say that when we walked in, there was live music. That was a nice ad. Yeah. And the first song I heard was Walking in Memphis, with my Mark Cohen. I was like, I love that song. So I can't remember the name of the guy, but that was really cool.
Yeah,
I
and
love
he
live,
had a
some
good
live music.
voice too.
Oh yeah, he did.
He had
totally
a banging voice.
He had kind of like an Eddie Vedder.
Yeah,
it was like an Eddie Vedder. I was actually. He should sing a Pearl Jam song, and then literally he sang it.
Yeah,
like right after I said that. I don't know if he heard me.
I know. Swamp Cat Brewing, and then we got notified, Josh, from a Munzee player. I got sent a message with some photos. You guys should eat here. I looked at the photos. I saw the very first photo, and I said, "We've got to wrap this up, guys. We've got to some place to eat dinner, and that is Nice Guys Pizza."
Oh my gosh!
Coral.
It was so funny because we were at Swamp Cat, and you showed me the picture, and and you were like, "We should go there this weekend." I was like, "We're going now."
Now. I'm on the wrap it up. Let's go.
God. It had a whole row of, I'd say, 15 pinball machines.
Yeah, 15, 20 pinball machines. Yeah.
You know, I love my pinball.
In
and
a pizza
the whole, it was like black light walls, and there was like the urinal had the lips from Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones book. Exactly.
This place had an awesome vibe, and it was good pizza. We had some hot honey pizza.
Pizza.
It was basically a pepperoni pizza with honey just poured all over it.
They had a little kick to it, but it wasn't too bad. And the other one was like a Mexican corn pizza. And that was very, very flavorful too. It did taste like it came from the back of a food truck in Mexico. So it was delicious. Very, very cool.
I think this is my favorite. Yeah, this was my favorite like ambiance. There's a close number 2. We'll get to that.
And before we move on though, Josh, I will have to say this, and that is, Josh, you love playing the pinball machines, and you always, and I haven't. You played pinball machine for your entire life. Yeah. I have not touched a pinball machine. Only when I'm with you. I don't play pinball machines. I don't. It's just what it is. And so Josh, being Josh, he goes and gets all the quarters ready to go. He's like, come on, guys. Drags all 3 of us over. Okay, which one do you play? Okay, it's going to be with this one. You put all the quarters in. You do it all, Josh, because I don't even know what we're doing. You went first, and then Minnesota Boy went second. Rob went third. I went fourth. And you, Josh, you coming out of the gates,
strong start,
solid, strong start, millions of points to waka, and you're showing us exactly what you need to do. I have no clue how to do it. I just literally hit and slap away. Round 2 goes past, round 3 goes past, into the final round. You're there well ahead of all 3 of us. And then what happens? Me coming in last place. Waka, waka, waka. Oh, what's this? Waka, waka, waka. Oh, what's this? The ball's still rolling. Waka, waka, waka. The ball's still rolling. And then I hear Tim. And then I hear Tim say to me, Craig, you're going to beat Josh. Keep going. I'm waka, 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 still going. And next bit, what happens? The ball goes down the chute. I look up. I hadn't seen the points. I look up. The new number 1 pinball wizard is See My Shell.
Yes, you won.
Waka,
the thing, anybody at pinball knows this, though, is that the person that goes first has a distinct disadvantage. Because you're learning. Every pinball machine, like everyone works differently, so you're learning.
Josh,
you had a big advantage.
I don't know how to put balls anywhere. I literally waka waka waka. That's me. So next time you see me anywhere, just say Craig waka waka waka, and I'll know that you listened to this episode. So there you go. Yes. So,
all right.
Nice Guys Pizza, nice pinball machines, very cool, and I beat Josh. So.
Yes, Nice Guys Pizza, Cape Coral. You can't. I'll say this: you can't miss this.
No.
If you're in Fort Myers or Cape Coral, you got to go. This place was great.
It really was.
It was kind of divey in the best way too. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, then it's Saturday, the main day, the main Munzee day, which involves often the main Munzee day involves not 1 but 2 events.
Yeah.
So we had 2 different beautiful parks, lots of Munzees, millions of points.
Yep.
We had another great Munzee cakewalk around a lake. It was great. I had a great time. The weather was nicer. It was warm. People were in shorts.
Yeah, but didn't you go off and do a geocache as well? That's the other thing with Munzee stuff as well, Josh, is that you can open up the other app, and if you're in a nice, beautiful park, there's bound to be a geocache there as well. So was there a geocache there for you?
I'm so glad that I did open up our good old friend Cashly, because I saw a cache had a lot of favorite points, and what was it called? Pinball Wizard.
Oh, so I should have done it then. That's what you're saying.
You should have. I don't know what you were doing.
I was working. I'm working.
I'm working. Yeah. Pinball was kind of the theme because Okay, I don't want to go. This is kind of a rabbit trail. I'll say it quickly. This year, I'm trying to. There's a book called 1,001 Albums to Listen to Before You Die.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so every morning I get an email that says you should listen to this album. It's a book.
Okay.
Like all the greatest albums, because I want to diversify my listening. So what that morning I pulled it up, and what was the album? But it was The Who. Tommy the Who. And what famous song is on there?
Pinball.
He's a pinball wizard. So we played pinball the night before. And that was the thing. And then there was a geocache called Pinball Wizard. It was great.
Nice.
And there'll be a short form video. Great cache. GC7611D as in
Delta. There you go. Now, Joshua, then after that, we went straight and had some lunch.
Between Munzee events.
In between the two Munzee events, we had some lunch as well. Zaxby's we went to. Zaxby's. A lot of people in America know what Zaxby's is. Zaxby's is pretty America-wide. We looked for Cane's first, because Cane's is your favorite. Your favorite finger place. Easily number one. And then we looked for a Chick-fil-A. No Chick-fil-A either. Closed. And then now I'm in the southern areas, no Foosackly's. Foosackly's is the same as Cane's and Zaxby's, but just a different brand. So we ended up finding Zaxby's instead, had some nice chicken fingers, then on to the main event, Josh.
Yes. And it was another beautiful park.
Yeah.
And there were let's just say, it was another pristine park.
Yeah.
You had to pay for parking, so you knew it was good that people wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And it was the park people were a little intense. We were about to start the event, and they were like, "Who are these people? Like, what's your name?"
Oh, the park.
You have to leave at this time. Like they were. I was like, wow.
It's almost like you needed a password to what's the secret password for that?
It's Q22, Q17.
Oh, speaking of passwords, Josh, as well, I just thought of that too.
This is great.
So this is great. So Munzee events themselves, I've never seen this happen before, and that is the Munzee event hosts, great hosts, they handed out name tags for everyone all their attendees.
Them in advance.
They really prepared, very much like a geocaching mega event. So they handed out all the name tags, but just instead of just handing them out and just moving on, no. You call out their name, you come up and you introduce yourself, where you're from, and how you got your Munzee name. And so, we learned a lot about different people. Now, Brenda, for instance, this Q22, Q17 is her Munzee name.
You're like, that's random.
I've known her for 4 years. 4 years, I've known her very well. She's a great Munzee player over in California, big Munzee player as well. I've called out her name on the official Munzee podcast several times. And I actually say it, Q22, Q17, like in a weird sort of way. Anyway, Josh, why or how is she Q22, Q17? How?
It is from the show 24 back in the day. It's Jack Bauer's password.
Wow.
Like his computer password. And I guess she was like, on this episode, this season, he says it 4 times.
4 times in one episode. We're like, wow, okay.
And that's so funny. I think it's so funny that we never even questioned it. You know what I mean? It's like nobody ever said, well, why? I'm sure somebody has, but it was really cool that everybody. And here's the thing too. It's like, it was. Let's be, a lot of geolocation players, they could be a little bit on the reserve side, some, not all.
Yeah.
And I think it was just great to have everybody just do their tiny little bit of public speaking to get to know each other and kind of put themselves out there. I thought that it was a great idea. And I think everybody felt more connected to one another because they knew who everybody was, where they were from. It was cool.
One other thing they did as well, and they took this again from like a geocaching mega, and that is a bingo card, like what they call a bingo card. And that is the same sort of thing whereby you have to literally go around and get everyone to sign or get people to sign your entire bingo card one square at a time. And we're talking things that are obviously Munzee related, if you've got over 20,000 fines or if you've got, all these different things, the number one badge person in the world, the whole lot, or even Coach V as well. You had to get him to sign the normal sort of stuff too. And what it does if you've done geocaching at mega events as well, what it does is it actually forces you. It forces you to approach people and to actually have a conversation with people as well, which is what I really, really like and really enjoy. So yeah, it forced me to walk around. And at the same time, Josh, on the other side of the coin, that is, if you're talking to someone for too long, you go, oh, look, I've got to move on because I've got to fill in my sheet. So it's a good excuse to move along. So I like that. I like it a lot. So yeah.
And I'll say a couple other things about Munzee event. Lots of prizes. Gosh, they gave away so much stuff.
They really did.
Thank you. There was a group of, I think, about 10 people that donated $100 each, so everybody could have like some really great prizes.
Yeah.
Also, you get these badges are a big deal. You get a badge for every event you attend. If you attend all 4, it unlocks another badge, which is cool. And then you, Rob, Minnesota Boy, myself, Cole Cracker, and Waylon, we all had our own event badges. So on the back of our phone, if they scanned the back of our phone, then they got another badge that said, you had a hoot. Mine said, you had a hoot with the geocaching vlogger.
That's right. And these badges, these meet the badges themselves as well. They're basically, they've got like a little, like 3 sides of the is like a page. And so technically you can actually print these out and have them or stick them inside your own little passport and have like a little passport book with your own badges in it too.
They do look like passport stamps. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
I never thought about that.
Cool. Yeah.
As far as Munzee goes too, I'll just say this. Munzee just released a really cool feature.
Oh, yeah.
That was just really popular.
Yeah.
It was Munzee VACs. What's a VAC?
A VAC is, like it sounds, like a vacuum cleaner. So what it basically does, it literally sucks up from a 500-foot radius as you travel down the road. If you're in a car or if you're walking around, it'll suck up a 500-foot radius. Every single virtual Munzee that you see, it will suck it up, and goes towards your point system as well. So they are great, perfect for those travelers out there doing the highways, etc. as well. So you don't have to touch your phone while you're driving. It's a lot safer. It's a lot easier to do it. And it's a lot of fun, and they are quite, cheap in comparison to all the other type of booster styles that are out there currently. And so they were a lot, very, very popular. And of course, me being me, Josh, I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I did it on purpose, but Rob's like, you didn't ask me permission to do that. I gave everyone who attended one of these VACs to try for themselves as they went from event to event. And
I think it's fair. They traveled all this distance. You got to try it. You're more likely to maybe want to get more. Maybe if you try it once. Yeah.
And at the same time, you can actually see exactly what it does. Rather than just try and listen to me talk about what it does, you can physically see and experience it for yourself.
On their own screen. Yep.
Yeah. So,
it's a new feature. It's popular.
I took a pay cut for that. That's all right.
And VAC is actually an acronym. It's virtual auto capture. And it's a safety feature. We shouldn't be looking at our phone while we're driving on the road.
No,
that could be bad. So that's another reason why they're great.
They were cool, popular. And then we moved on. After that, we went to another brewery.
Yes, Millennial Brewing Company. And we went there about 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock.
And it wasn't very busy, but the minute I walked in, there was an awesome mural inside. And I saw it right away, and it was the Back to the Future DeLorean. It was the Back to the Future 2 DeLorean, that with the flying one. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And then I looked, oh my gosh, it's the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
And it was like all these flying sci-fi things. What else was there, Craig?
Well, that you called it the DeLorean wall, like you had the Star Wars there. You had Spaceballs. So you actually had RV. The flying RV was there. There was the Doctor Who TARDIS down the bottom. And then you're like, oh, what's that? What's that other one there? Me being the pop culture, obviously, I just beat you at pinball. So, I come right in again. We're right at the end. And it was the Futurama spaceship as well was in there too. So
yes.
Look at me.
It was
pop culture too. Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't busy.
No,
which was good and bad because we got our beers right away.
Yeah,
we sat outside. It was a beautiful night.
But I'm glad we went. One thing happened that's never happened before for the 4 of us at that brewery.
Oh yes,
ever, and that is, unbeknownst to all 4 of us.
Yes,
we all ordered the same beer.
Yes,
that's never happened before.
It's a goocher.
To the future.
We got a goocher in the future.
Exactly. It was more of a sour, so it's more predominantly Rob's type of beer as well. But you came out of your little hole, Josh, and thought, I'll try this and won't just do like a Miller High Life.
I like a sour.
You like a sour?
Yeah. I think my order is light, sour, and then beyond that everything.
Then,
IPA's at the end. IPA at the end.
I'm normally an IPA guy, but I normally start with a sour to sort of quench the thirst and get the palate ready as well.
Yeah.
And Tim is normally the German sort of style, the Huffenwalzen, and whatever they're called, but he tried the sour as well. So there you go. All four of us had the same beer, but it didn't really have the food there. It had a food truck at the front, but we were like, we want something different. So ChatGPT, Josh, what happened?
I was talking to her. Like, sometimes I don't just type, I talk. We have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could have a conversation with her right now. And we what should we say? What should we ask
her about the podcast? You said, tell her that you're on a live podcast now.
I will. Let's see if we can do it right now. Hey, chat. We are live right now on the Treasures of Our Town podcast. We're talking about a trip in Fort Myers and Cape Coral. Hey, I asked you a lot of things about it. Do you remember the things I asked you and some of the highlights of our weekend?
Oh, absolutely. You were really curious about unique places to eat in Fort Myers and Cape Coral. I remember recommending some cool spots with a great atmosphere. You also asked about Jungle Bird Tiki, which has that fun tropical vibe. And of course, you wanted some unique experiences, so I think we talked about a few local hidden gems. I hope the weekend recap is turning into a great episode.
Thank you.
She's so cool. She's like almost human. Wow. She even hope this is a good episode. Well, it's turning out to be one. But she did mention. She mentioned that. Yeah, the Jungle Bird Tiki in Cape Coral, Josh. Let's try and close your eyes and picture it and tell everyone who's listening. Picture this. Yeah. What did you see when you first saw it and walked in?
Yeah, imagine a tiki jungle. Imagine in the middle of Hawaii, you're walking through and there's vines and there's lights and there's flowers and there's a tree in the middle and there's outdoor courtyard, but then there's an indoor courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
And as you sit down, you get a menu and there's all kinds of cocktails you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all in different kinds of tiki glasses.
Tiki cups.
Greg, I'll just say this. I've never been to a real tiki bar before. That was my first time.
Absolutely. What I see it, Josh, is those places. You've got one in the Mall of America. Those jungle restaurants. What are they called?
Rainforest Cafe.
The Rainforest Cafe. It's a Rainforest Cafe, but for adults only. So
and a little bit more authentic.
More authentic than the jungle. Exactly. It had the bamboo bars. So you go up to the bar and there's bamboo. It had the green background behind with the LED lights around it as well. It had the LED strips coming down all on the vines, that sort of thing. But what I love too, Josh, is that all four of us have got a different cocktail, all came in different cocktail cups, tiki cups themselves, and then you can go into the gift shop and buy the tiki cup that you just had.
And you did.
And I did. I absolutely did. I've got it here in my studio right now. So, yeah.
And the food was good. I had some delicious lettuce wraps.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that impressed me the most was the cocktails were big. Sometimes when you get a cocktail, they're not very big, right? No. It's like a little cocktail. It's like $16.
Yeah.
These were in giant tiki glasses and they were $11.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn cheap for a big as big as those cocktails were.
That's right. And they didn't skimp too much either on the alcohol beverages inside them. So they were heavy on the alcohol too.
Yes, super unique location, really great ambiance.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have any pinball machines, so I knock it there, but it would have felt wrong to have a pinball machine there.
Yeah, very much so. It was one of those where it's very relaxing. We could sit back and have a cocktail and literally just have a chin wag, have a chat and talk about stuff and talk about the events and talk about the days and talk about where we live and what's happening in our own lives and reconnect, Josh. It's one of those areas where you can really relax and reconnect. So.
Yeah. And I was really glad it wasn't very busy. I thought it was going to be busy on a Saturday night. It wasn't too bad, so I love that too.
Jungle Bird Tiki in Cape Coral. If you're listening or watching, and you want to have a look, so go from there.
Yes, and then we actually did spend time because we went to Walmart. We got a bunch of beer and a bunch of food. So we had that evening. We committed to stay up a little bit later. And chatted and had a good time. We just still didn't get through all the beers. And the way we got rid of the beer, you weren't there, Craig, but we gave it to the Munzee players
on the Sunday morning
as a bonus. As a bonus, if they bought some VACs, we gave them a beer with it.
Yeah, a beer with a VAC. I like it. So you can't drink the beer when you're driving. You can use a VAC when you're driving, but you can't drink the beer when you're
exactly.
That's too funny. So there was a Munzee event on the Sunday morning. Unfortunately, Rob and I couldn't make it. We had to do the 3-hour drive back to Orlando to try and make our flights from there. But Josh, everyone's been listening to this episode now for over an hour, and they've all been patiently waiting to know your points for the weekend, Josh. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How many points are we talking about here? Before you start, how many points do you average on a day? Roughly.
Well, today was a good day for me. I had 100,000 today.
Oh wow,
that's because there's some the ice work.
Oh, that's right.
Things are out there, and
frozen.
I'm using my VAC. I'm using some VACs to pick them all up.
Good man.
But I think I averaged 20,000.
I was going to say 15 to 20,000. I think is your average on a day.
Yeah. And that's just like Munzee on the way to work and like a couple cap on, some cap on.
Right.
Thursday through Sunday, 5.1 million points.
Wow. As opposed to 15 to 20,000, 5.1 million points. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days, not even 5 days. Over 1 million per day on average as well. So well done, Josh.
I made some progress on the leaderboard. Let's just see where Josh is right now on the leaderboard.
Oh yeah, you're way.
I jumped. I think I jumped 20 spots.
Wow.
Josh, the geocaching vlogger, is ranked 235.
235 in the world, as opposed to number 1, 2, and 3 that were there. But anyway,
I know. I might have been the lowest rank of the whole.
Yeah.
And you probably got. I would say, Craig, you probably got more points than me, but because you're an employee, you were not on the leaderboard. So
I'm not on the leaderboard.
Just keep that a little secret to yourself, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
It was probably more than. Probably more than 5.1 million, probably. And I want to go back and just say the Munzee event on Sunday morning was at a rest area, like right off the highway.
Okay.
Which was actually perfect for me because it was very close to the airport.
Oh,
it was perfect because I had to go right to the airport on the way back.
Good job, Josh. Very cool. All right, Josh. Speaking of, we're talking about patrons and stuff soon as well, because we're going to be reaching out to patrons very soon. March is coming. March is coming. March is on the way. And if you want to become a patron and maybe interject in one of our episodes for March Madness for 2026, and get your ideas out there, Josh, how can people become a patron and join the show?
We have many proud patrons, and they're proud of this podcast. And you know what? They're probably proud of their town, too. And that's a damn rare thing these days.
There you go.
You didn't think it was going to happen. You were going to have to do it at the very end. I knew you were probably,
I was ready for it.
Yes. But we have proud patrons that support us monthly, comes right out of their card. It's easy. It's just easy.
It's less than a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Several levels. What are the levels? Is it 3, 5, and 10? Is that
3,
the levels?
5, and 10. Yeah, 3, 5, and 10.
So $3 a month, $5 a month, or $10 a month.
And Josh, guess what? If you're a 3 a month or you're a 10 a month, makes no difference. They all get the same thing. We don't differentiate. We love all our patrons equally. So, 3, 5, 10, whatever you like. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I do love the 10s a little bit more, though.
On the inside, you do.
In the inside, but not on the outside.
There you go. Very cool, Josh.
Anyway, if you're enjoying our podcast, you can support us by going to patreon.com/treasures of our town, and you can join us there. We have some bonuses. We have some golden nuggets, some featured content that is not on the regular podcast, and you can find it all there.
Exactly. Speaking of golden nuggets, Josh, something will be coming very soon. Very soon. Nesmuk, he's listening. He knows. Anyway, a patron, absolute patron, proud patron too. Otherwise, Josh, if you're not, how would people find us or contact us if they want to chat with us, Josh?
If you want to contact us, you can just go to your local major Munzee event and you can walk up to us and say, "Wow, I really love your podcast. Thank you, Brenda."
Brenda, thank you.
You can do that. But if you can't do that, you can reach out to us at treasuresofourtownpodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or our Buzzsprout site. Just simply search Treasures of Our Town Podcast anywhere and it'll pop up.
Absolutely. That's it for our show today. Please subscribe, rate, review on your favorite podcasting app. And as always, Josh,
may your travels always lead you to the most unexpected and amazing hidden gems around the world. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, is that all? Pinball Wizard. I'm the Pinball Wizard.
I'm the Pinball Wizard. It's got to be. I'll do all the singing.
All right. Bye.